The Fundamentals of Caring is a Netflix original movie starring Paul Rudd, Craig Roberts, and Selena Gomez, and it's based off a novel called The Revised Fundamentals of Caregiving by Jonathan Evison. This film is directed by Rob Burnett and is about this teenager named Trevor who suffers from Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and he's in this wheelchair and needs a full-time caregiver who soon becomes Paul Rudd. So after Paul Rudd's character named Ben cares for Trevor for a little while, he decides he wants to take Trevor on a road trip so he can see more of the world and actually kind of experience more of a life, since Trevor is stuck in his house essentially every day, all day. Along the way, they pick up a hitchhiker who is Selena Gomez's character named Dot, and a lot of these relationships form between these characters and a few other characters. When my friend first sent me the trailer for The Fundamentals of Caring, I was immediately intrigued because I really like these kinds of feel-good movies that are heartwarming and stuff like that. And it's on Netflix, so it's easily accessible for people who have Netflix like me. So I immediately added this movie to my list, and the day it came out, I decided to watch it. And I'm really glad I did because I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It's a really funny and charming and just heartwarming feel-good movie, and even though it has these really heartbreaking moments, it is a feel-good movie, and it did kind of move me in a way. Paul Rudd and Craig Roberts were just spot on casting choices for these two characters, and their chemistry really worked because the two characters have a really odd relationship, since Trevor is just this insane troll and he's always kind of being a jerk to Ben, even though Ben doesn't really deserve it. But eventually they do get along in a way. Both Ben and Trevor actually have these tragedies that have happened in their past, and these tragic backstories are kind of slowly told throughout the film. And that's really kind of what made their characters have some depth. These tragic backstories were really important in defining their characters and kind of helping them develop throughout the film. And I really liked that a lot about this movie. I was a little concerned when I saw Selena Gomez in the trailer because I'm not exactly sure how she lines up as an actress. I was like, she's alright. I enjoyed Wizards of Waverly Place, but I wasn't really sure how much of an emotional depth she could kind of pull with this movie. But she actually surprised me, I'm not gonna lie. I think she did a pretty good job of playing this ambivalent sort of kind of character, and she's hard to kind of describe, but you'll kind of see what I mean if you watch the film because she has a very different personality, and I think it worked well, and I think Gomez did a great job of playing that. Even though some parts of the film are predictable, since this is one of those kinds of movies where you know where it's going and you know how it's going to end, I still found myself enjoying it throughout the movie. There's a lot of small kind of bits of dialogue and things that happen that later on in the film, it'll kind of explain itself and it'll click and you'll be like, oh man, okay, that makes sense. And that's kind of what made it more emotional for me as well. I really like those films that are both funny and heartwarming while also, pulling on your heartstrings and making you kind of want to tear up a bit. Those are just kind of the perfect kinds of emotional spectrums of movies for me, and that's why I liked it so much. There was one character that was thrown in about halfway through the film that maybe wasn't entirely necessary, but I still enjoyed her presence, and that isn't even really a major flaw because I really don't have many problems with the film. I thought it was a very cute, enjoyable film that a lot of people will enjoy, and it may not be the best movie of the year or anything like that, but it's just a very simple, kind-hearted film that I definitely am glad I saw. I'm going to give The Fundamentals of Caring an 8.5 out of 10, and go watch it if you have Netflix because it's definitely, without a doubt, the most accessible good film of the year, and I definitely recommend it to those who have Netflix. And if you don't have Netflix, go get Netflix. It's so worth it. And I'm sure you can find a friend who has Netflix and y'all can watch it together, you know what I mean? Just go watch this movie. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the review, please let me know how you felt about it in the comments below, and tell me what you think about the film or the book as well. That's it for this review. I'll see you guys next time.